to all that whipping and driving. Te digo que está loco, que no galopa.
And you also have Confidence Game in your barn, who won the Rebel Stakes. And you were telling me before that he's probably not going to run back in the Arkansas Derby.
Oh no, definitely not the Arkansas Derby. We have three options in mind: the Bluegrass, the Lexington, which is a week later and 3 weeks from the Derby, or not running at all before the Derby. So I'm still working out all three options. Going to monitor his training and just let him tell me what's the best thing. We're in points-wise. The horse has got a great foundation, 7 starts, 5 route races. I'm just not convinced he needs another race. And I think I have a legit, not only Derby contender, but a Triple Crown contender. So I'm thinking past the Derby. I want to keep him fresh for all 3 races, and that's what's going into the decision.
You know, Wayne Lucas and Bob Baffert would tell you, worry about the Derby, and if you get lucky there, then worry about the other 2.
So it apply. I've thought about that too. Yes, the Derby is the pinnacle in our sport, and I want to get him there in the best shape. So yes, that's also in the equation. But yes, I am thinking beyond that as well.
You came into the Derby a few years ago with Exaggerator, who was the Santa Anita Derby winner, and finished second, and then won the Preakness. But just compare sort of what you're seeing with Confidence Game and, you know, when you came with Exaggerator.
Man, I think I was still on, you know, the old cliche Cloud 9. I never got off of the thing after the Santa Anita Derby. So it's just was an amazing experience. This horse is rangier. I know I've used that word before, but he's rangier than Exaggerator. There's significantly more pedigree on his bottom side. So bigger, stronger as far as pedigree is concerned. But as far as mentality, Exaggerator is on a level of his own. That horse could run every 2 weeks and could take it physically and mentally. So the Confidence Game is a little bit volatile mentally. So I've got to be careful there. And that's one of the factors going into me possibly not running him before the Derby. I don't want to stress him out too much mentally. So that's the difference. Probably the one major difference is their mentality. Confidence Game, much more volatile.
Did finishing second in the Kentucky Derby with Exaggerator, as you were still on Cloud 9 from the Santa Anita Derby, did that experience show you, you know, this can be done? You know, we were second here, but then we came back and won the Preakness. You know, the Derby is achievable. Did it make it more realistic
to tell you the truth, exactly what I was thinking as I walked out there to meet Exaggerator after the Derby was, this is incredible. I just ran second in the Derby. Again, the experience, the appreciation of everything, the things I went through, the things my crew went through to get there, it's unbeatable. The feeling, I just had this overwhelming appreciation for everything that got me there. In other words, I didn't need any more. But, you know, after you go through all that, yes, of course, it's achievable. I wouldn't have been there if I didn't think that I could. So yeah, the fun starts after trying to get there again.
Yeah, you might not need it, but you want it.
Yeah. I mean, that you have to have that desire to put up with the craziness of this business. So yeah, that desire maybe is stoked even more. But I feel like I'm about the same person.
And what else was I going to ask you about then? What should I ask you about then? Oh, Confidence Game is a half to Zenyatta.
Confidence Game is out of Zenyatta's daughter.
Of Eblusant?
I'm not saying that correctly. Eblusant and Zenyatta are halves. So Zenyatta is his aunt. So yeah, very close relation there. And I usually don't get that kind of pedigree, but I got lucky with him. I guess there were a couple of maybe conformational issues or vet issues that their team didn't approve of. And I got lucky that whatever they were worried about never came to fore.
Now, she, of course, was famous from coming out of the clouds. And it does seem like a lot of your horses come from out of the clouds. But Confidence Game actually has a wire-to-wire win on his, I think, the allowance race at Churchill last fall.
Oh, that was awesome. Awesome race. Yeah, the speed is there if we need it. Another option we're looking at come Derby time. But he came right off the pace in his biggest win, which was the Rebel. So that's a jockey question, and that's where those guys probably lose sleep at nights. The most important thing, whether it's off the pace or speed, is getting your horse comfortable. If Confidence Game is comfortable on the lead, that's where I want him to be.
And you have James Graham riding him, and you've had some great success with.
A lot of fun,
James.
Yeah, great success. James is a good guy, good hands, good horseman, and loyal. So he meets all the parameters that I look for in a jockey.
And absolutely doesn't look at the tote board, the odds. They mean nothing to him.
Of course not. You can't. Any good jockey knows that. If you like your horse, you can't let the odds affect your style.